Well, let's move on to more films, shall we, Shannon?
Let's do it.
All right, well, our first guest is a grandson of the late, great civil rights leader Nelson Mandela, and he's here to discuss the launch of the first annual Mandela International Film Festival. Wow.
All right, the event will be held at Port Elizabeth, South Africa next year, but the pre-launch festivities have already begun at this year's Tribeca Film Festival. Chief Mandela, welcome to Arise 360.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. It's good to be here. So, Your Highness, let's talk about the film festival. How did it come to be?
Well, the Mandela International Film Festival, inspired by my grandfather, the late Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela, mainly because he was such a visionary, able in a confined space of limited walls to see beyond the prison of Robben Island and be able to touch lives and change our society. And he was able to triumph over humanity. So through the Mandela International Film Festival, we are celebrating this global icon and the work that he represented.
Well, was your grandfather a fan of a lot of films, and what was his favorite movie?
Oh, well, my grandfather has really been passionate about film, movies, because he felt that it could shape the understanding of society and communities. And he, throughout his life, has always looked to change society and better our people. And in the manner he is able to grasp education, he has once said to us that education is a weapon one could utilize to change the world. So through that, for us as a family, we have always upheld his teachings, his principles and values to see as to how we can better the lives of our people. And I think one of his greatest contributions to society was that we should be of service to humanity.
Now, Dr. Maya Angelou is a global ambassador for the festival. How did you go about getting her involved in the project?
Well, I think it stems out of a long relationship between the African Americans as well as Africans in general. And the relationship that South Africa has enjoyed during the years of isolation and of an oppressive regime in the apartheid times, we were able to enjoy support from African Americans. But also the civil rights movement in the US influenced our own thinking as South Africans in an oppressed era. And the support that we enjoyed from African Americans really shaped our understanding of change and how we sought to effect a better world in our country. But looking at her work, and how she's inspired people through poetry and words, that has gone to an extent of touching and changing our own understanding as a family. So it was in my grandfather's honor to look for people that have been supportive to his cause and represented the ideals that he represented. So we felt that Maya Angelou was an epitome of that.
I think she was a great choice for that. Now, your actual festival will begin December 3rd, but why was it important for you to kick things off this week at the Tribeca Film Festival?
Well, we've always looked at the long journey. My grandfather has always, and in his own book, The Long Walk to Freedom, embarked on a journey of ensuring that he strived to liberate not only our country, but Africa, as well as oppressed communities or societies in the global community. We felt that we wanted to give ourselves this long walk into ensuring that the Mandela International Film Festival is promoted well, is able to strike partnerships and bring stakeholders that will add value to it. So we are here at Tribeca to see and learn from some of the world's best film festivals. And I think being here, seeing the work that has been done by Tribeca Film Festival, we're going to walk away from this with a lot of lessons learned. We'll see the successes and failures that we've had to deal with over the years. And I think we can be able to take that back to South Africa and be able to assist particularly youth and young women in South Africa to look at this industry as an opportunity of sustainable projects and coming into alleviating unemployment in our country.
Now, will the films be solely from the continent or from around the globe?
we are looking at the entire globe because, as you know, my grandfather became a global icon. But we are conscious of his beginnings, his humble beginnings in Mvezo. And from that point, he grew to be a political prisoner and a state president in South Africa. He was able to liberate a country, but not only just liberate themselves as political prisoners, but touch every lives of Africans. I think my grandfather was an extension of many leaders in Africa, like Kwame Nkrumah,
Yes.
Julius Nyerere, and many others. So we want, through the Mandela International Film Festival, to ensure that the African story is told.
Yes.
And we are able to unpack a lot of that and put the African agenda globally.
Wow. Now, speaking of films, I mean, everybody has played your grandfather in films, from Sidney Poitier to Danny Glover, Idris Elba more recently. Who do you think has pulled it off the best?
Oh, well, there's really been many people around there, and I think in different areas. To compare each one and single out one in particular will totally be unfair, but I think...
well, let's just be unfair today. Name one.
I think for me, currently, I would look at someone like Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
And I think
and he was
the
in
role
Invictus.
He played in Invictus, particularly for me because it encompassed the moment where my grandfather really defined who he was at that particular time. He came out of prison. He could have come out very bitter, but yet he had a forgiving heart. He embarked on a mission of nation building and ensuring that through reconciliation, we can be able to reconcile our differences as a nation that came from an oppressive past. Through that, he was able to unite a nation and be a leading example to the entire global community. And also, particularly to African leaders, he showed by leadership that you don't have to sit forever in a position of power. You can hand over power through a democratic system. And I think Invictus began to really be an embodiment of what my grandfather represented.
Well, Chief Mandela, he was a wonderful man, and thank you so much for being here. Good luck with the festival, and we can't wait. We'll definitely be there. South Africa.
Yes, I'm ready.
You ready,
December
Shannon?
3rd. Yes,
All
where
right.
can we get more information about the festival?
Well, we can be reached at, on our website, which is www.mandelainternationalfilmfestival.com.
All right, thank you so much. And now tweet us about your favorite Mandela film. What is it? We want to know at Arise TV 360.
On a wide shot.